Well, good morning and welcome to Gloucester. We are at Kingsholm for this Premiership Rugby Under-18s League game between Gloucester and Harlequins, and we're in for a great afternoon of action. We're covering the Under-18s game. There is the Under-17s game afterwards, so it is a double header for both teams today. And Harlequins looking to pick up their second win on the bounce. Gloucester still looking for their first victory of this league campaign, and you can just see to the left of your picture Harlequins still going through their warm-up. Gloucester keeping warm inside the changing rooms for now. We've got a lovely 4G surface here today. We're hoping to see plenty of running rugby, so let's look at the teams. Well, starting off with Gloucester then, a few familiar faces. George Merritt captains the side at hooker. Casey Williams often seen at hooker, playing in the back row at 7 today. And the familiar Hartbury half-back pair of Joe Adams and Keelan Cullen go at 9 and 10. And keep an eye out for the back three of Owen Jones, Nathan Thompson-Lee and Will Gilderson. Out and out gas from the backfield. Well, Harlequins then, strong side that took the win against London Irish in their opening game, 21-17. They bring a full force up here to Gloucester today. Wadman, Dory Palmer and Ashworth, the front three, will look to get them some quick ball. Charlie Clare and Sean Kerr, the half-backs, will try and release their back three of Finn Torse, Ollie Bailey and Josh Bellamy. Plenty of young talent amongst the replacements as well. Harlequins are 22 in their squad today, COVID injury, that sort of stuff. They do have two back replacements in Murdoch Locke, the scrum half, and Guy Rogers, the centre, at 22. Gloucester, well, Sam Vince, Jack Hall and Reece Ford will be looking to bring the might into the back five of that forward pack, and Stan Folkes Underhill, Archie Hossack and Ben Peters will try and finish things strongly in the backs. Those, the starting 15, the squads then. Harlequins still going through their final bit of preparation. Thanks for joining us here today at Kingsholm. There's plenty of rain in this area of the country today, but it's dry now. The benefit of these artificial surfaces, keeping conditions perfect underfoot. And Gloucester already onto the field. Harlequins will not really into the changing rooms. They're staying out. They've fired up the shoulders, warmed up the feet. It's a bit chilly here today, but not too bad. We've had colder conditions in the last few days. It's warmed up perfectly for this Saturday lunchtime kickoff. A lot of home pride at stake for these Gloucester boys. But what have Quins got in their locker? It's only their second game in this Premiership Rugby Under-18s League. Plenty of support already as well. It's quite early for a Saturday, certainly for some. And Gloucester's Keelan Cullen, the the RFU Ace League final winner at the start of last month, will get things underway. And he sent that high. Straight from the restart, Gloucester snaffling Harlequins. Charlie Clare looking to use the ball out wide, and straight up the middle they go. Well fronted up by the red wall of Gloucester. Charlie Clare just teeing the box and doesn't quite get the height, but it still slices its way through, and it's still in field. Keelan Cullen now, dink over straight back to Charlie Clare. Some box to box kicking at the moment, and that is rolling deep. It might bobble off, it doesn't, and Cullen finally gets this one into touch. Well, Gloucester putting Harlequins under pressure in their own 22 early on in this game. But a chance then for Harlequins in the red zone themselves now, and it's going to be Jack Dory-Palmer with the line-out ball. Straight to Harry Brown, and here come Harlequins. Wadman into contact. Clare. Green, and he's penalised for holding on. And that is great work on the floor by his opposite number, Sam Anson. Well, that is some resolute defence in their own 22 early on for Gloucester. That is a great nudge as well from Keelan Cullen. Oh, well, referee for today, Dan Jones, the man in the middle. George Merritt, the Gloucester captain, finds his mark, and here comes the truck from Tom Rinman. Penalty again to Gloucester. And that is an easy 40 metres gained for the home side. That is a fantastic nudge. Keelan Cullen doing what Keelan Cullen does, probing forward for Gloucester. Well, they've not had the best start to this under-18 league season. Losing to Bristol 25-3 and London Irish 41-17, and it's been stolen by Harlequins, and Clare wrapped up on the Quins 10-metre line. They've got no scrum half, so Dory-Palmer steps in. Clare back to his feet, and they have the penalty. He's taken it quickly, and they have numbers over this near touchline. Clare opts not to use them, and it's been ripped away by Owen Jones. Dilderson for Gloucester. Out the back, it's been knocked forward by Seb Driscoll, who tried to read the pass, but it went forward, and the ball is going to be back with Gloucester for the penalty. Cullen again, straight into touch, and nicely done. And already inside 5 minutes in this game, it's been a good contest. Both teams looking to play and move the ball, and George Merritt again in a similar position to his first line-out ball, and it's straight to the back. Sam Anson with the take, and Gloucester get the scrub. Or rather, it's Harlequins getting the ball. Gloucester penalised. Charlie Clare with the put-in. First chance then to really see what these two forward packs are about. Good set, nice even match, and it's come out the back, and here come Harlequins stepping and fizzing, just getting in to that Gloucester half. Josh Bellamy edging his way over the halfway line. Clare with the ball skimming the ground, and it's back with Gloucester. Gilderson well wrapped up though, great defence and chase from Driscoll for Harlequins. Williams trying to run it out this time, and Anson sent backwards. Some big hits coming in early on in this game. Shipping it out wide to Jones, who hits a hard step off his left foot and goes horizontally back in field. Joe Adams with the box, and it's certainly gone high, not gone very far, and it's with Harlequins on the edge of the 22 then. Well collected by Ludo Khaled. Crashed up by Brown. Kerr, the fly half, going on his own this time. Out the back, Khaled on the arc, gets his hands away. Tors couldn't quite collect the pass, but we're going to come back for the penalty. Well, it was a nice arc, wasn't it, from Ludo Khaled. Got his hands free nicely, but it was just overrun slightly from Finn Tors. Doesn't matter. They had the penalty advantage, and it's nudged nicely into touch by Josh Bellamy, the Harlequins fullback. Jack Dory-Palmer has the ball in his hands, and try and set up a platform here for these elusive Harlequins backs. Well, set play, and here comes the driving maul. We've got the bodies in, and Harlequins still moving. Might have gone to ground. No, it's still going. Still piling forward. Here come Harlequins. And that is the opening try of the game. Well, from 18 metres out, the driving maul off the line out, full power, full charge. The forwards, they don't need the backs. And that is first blood to Harlequins. Well, it was a lovely play, wasn't it, to the back of the line out. Players peeling off, re-entering the back, keeping it moving, pumping their legs. And a fine score in the end. It's so many bodies in there, difficult to know who got the score, but it is Josh Bellamy with the extras. Well, first blood to Harlequins. And Cullen gets his back underway. Calais fizzing his way through out of the 22. And here's a lovely break. Pick and go from Brown. He's still going. He's got Clare on his inside. The scrum half for Harlequins. He's going to streak away into the corner. Well, one becomes two, and Harlequins flourishing inside 10 minutes here at Kingsholm. Lovely stuff. The break coming from Harry Brown. And like every good scrum half, Charlie Clare on his inside shoulder. Well, there was just no guard at the ruck, was there, for Gloucester. Brown doing really well to draw Gilderson at fullback, and Clare is not going to miss with open track in front of him. Bellamy just pulling that one wide. So Harlequins lead 12 points to 0 inside 12 minutes. Well, what a start. Well taken by Zach Carr. Powered forward from Ashworth. Bellamy dinks that forward off his left boot, straight to his opposite man, Will Gilderson. He's got some wheels, but he's wrapped up on halfway. Stolen as well on the floor. Great work by Harlequins, and they have numbers over on the far touchline if they can get it away. Wadman decides to truck it up. And now Harlequins get the penalty. Well, how about that then? Sean Kerr with the touch finder, and it's short, but it comes off Gilderson's hand and it rolls into touch just by the corner flag. And Harlequins back into the red zone. And surely they're going to try and tee up another driving maul. You just get a sense that Harlequins have got a bit of confidence now, and that long range effort straight from the restart. The second score of the game, geeing them up a little bit. It's an overthrow, unfortunately, this time though, and it's well picked up by Gloucester on their own 5 metre line. Anson trucks it up. Cullen with the spiral, and that's a lovely, lovely kick over 50 metres, and you can hear the home support liking the sound of that. Well, Harlequins get the ball back then at the line out. Overthrow again, it's well collected. George Merritt, the captain for Gloucester, managed to get it away this time, and Cullen tries to pick up the loose ball, slips through his fingers, and Driscoll's all over that for Harlequins. Bellamy with the hitch out to Tors, and it's the first time he's really got space in this game. But eventually wrapped up by a couple of red shirts and bundled into touch. The ambition is there at the moment, isn't it, from Harlequins? Trying to use the width, trying to use this fast track. Straight off the top, Jonathan Smith for Gloucester. Dink through and it's bounced into touch. Perhaps didn't get the distance that Gloucester would have wanted, but they're trying to probe their way through. Side to side at the moment, isn't it? Line out after line out. Despite that electric opening 10 minutes. Well taken this time by Green. No overthrow. Collade into the hands of Waghorn. He gets his first shunt through the midfield. Kerr getting it to Bellamy, who's got through a lot of work already in this game. The Harlequins fullback. Ashworth shunted backwards. Clare with the step and the break around the fringes. Collade coming through as well. Bellamy to Waghorn again. Well, Harlequins here just trying to find the space. That presentation of the ball at the back of the ruck just too far and hacked forward. Quins backtracking and Gloucester just trying to put a bit of pressure on defensively here. Intercept. Collade with the ball, well picked out by Rimmon. Well, finally a pause in play from that frantic period, and it's the Gloucester captain George Merritt just getting a bit of treatment, a bit of water coming on as well. Well, let's have a little look at these opening two tries then. Harlequins with first blood. It was all about the forwards, wasn't it? Powering their way through from the driving maul, and this straight from the restart, wasn't it? Harry Brown with the pick and go from the ruck. Great support from Charlie Clare, and Clare striding his way home into the corner. That's the sort of start we want. Well, here we go then. Harlequins with the scrum that's gone to the floor. Well, we saw in the earlier exchange it was a very, very fair fight at the scrum. Good forward control and power from both sides. That's a big nudge. Quins get the penalty though. And a chance for them to send this back down into Gloucester territory. Sean Kerr. And that's gone into touch perfectly on the Gloucester 22. Well, the play in the last 10 or 15 minutes has all been with the away side. Harlequins showing their class at the moment. Gloucester just haven't had the possession, have they, to really get a stranglehold on this game, and it's a lovely take from Brown. Kerr feeding Collade, goes on his own, he's got a half break here, out to Waghorn. Waghorn needs some support. Can he glide over? Yes, he can. The Harlequins centres combining beautifully, and it is Ben Waghorn that gets the third try of the game. Well, they are bouncing and fizzing at the moment, aren't they? The set play, Collade breaks through the half tackle, and Waghorn just sliding over in the end. He knew where the try line was, got his arms free, and it is a conversion from Bellamy to make it 19 points to 0. Well, Gloucester with the restart once again. Bellamy well collected at fullback, and Ashworth trying to muscle his way forward. Player just teeing up the box kick and get some distance on it, not much height. Maybe Jones will have a go here on the counter. Needs some support as there's 3 Harlequin shirts over the ball. Gloucester have done well to keep that, and Cullen sends it into the backfield, and that might just bobble nicely. Sean Kerr does well to get back, and now Bellamy in some open space. Look at Tors on the left wing. Shunted up this time from Zach Carr. Harlequins trying to find some room from deep. Well, this time it is Gloucester that get the penalty, and Charlie Clare just a bit of a misread there and guilty of crossing. Well, I think Gloucester will be relieved to get the ball in this sort of field position. They've lacked possession and territory in this game, and Harlequins have really made them pay so far. Well, George Merritt, the Gloucester hooker, had to take a knee a couple of times in this game. Now back to his feet. Does well to find his mark, and here come Gloucester's attempt at the driving maul, and it's at the back with Merritt still muscling and trying to power this one forward. It looks as if Quins have slowed this a bit. Well, Harlequins, they've managed to get their hands in and hustle that one. And what a defensive effort that is. Beaming with confidence. And Harlequins get the scrum on their own 5-metre line. Well, it looked as if Gloucester were just going to keep trucking that one forward. They had good momentum, but sensational work from Harlequins, and they go blind, and it's Carr with the ball. Brown buries his head and takes it into contact. Clare with the box, and it's to Cullen. Jones, they've got numbers. It's a lovely grubber through by Jones, but a bit too much pace for Thompson Lee to get on the end of it. And Harlequins once again pinned back in their 22 with the ball at the line-out. Well, they look composed at the moment, don't they, Harlequins? Not too worried about being back in their 22. But again, Gloucester can't quite get the ball for long enough. Haven't really managed to put it through the phases, under a lot of pressure. Clare gets it away. Penalty to Gloucester, and that is a big moment. Well, we're 10 minutes away from half time, and as Cullen kicks this one to the corner, can they get the driving maul going once again? Straight off the top, and here come the red machine marching over, and that is a great try for Gloucester. Rampaging at Kingsholm, and just what the home support wanted. Well, it didn't quite work for them on this near touchline 5 minutes ago, but they got the score this time from the driving maul. Lovely score. Can't quite work out who that was. I don't think it was George Merritt, the captain. Just what they needed. Well, Cullen with the conversion attempt to try and close this gap ahead of half-time. Just pulls it to the right. So Gloucester trail 5 points to 19. Bellamy with the restart. Well collected by Henry Pearson. Gloucester already look like they've got a bit of confidence back as Cullen pings that one straight down the throat of Josh Bellamy. We know he likes to run it from deep out to Tors. Finn Tors does well to break a couple of tackles. Clare gives it back to the forwards. Penalty to Harlequins. Oh, Gloucester just giving away some field position needlessly there. But Sean Kerr has made a bit of a hash of that. Well, fortunately for Gloucester then, it's come back and they will have the scrum. So Joe Adams then with the put in. That's a good scrum from Gloucester. Adams with a lovely loop around the back and off his left boot straight to Bellamy. And Bellamy still going, managed to break the tackle, lovely from Harlequins. Gloucester on the back foot. Slow ball, but Zach Carr takes it on his own. Waghorn stepping in at scrum half. Kerr gets it away. It's out wide with a big looping pass, and Tors trying to break through once again. Brown this time. Still going through Carr. Harlequins trying to spin through these tackles and edge their way closer to the try line. It's all about the forwards at the moment. Another pick and go. Still charging forward. Brown can't quite reach over. And our referee, Dan Jones, says that's been held up. And we're going to come for the scrum. Well, that is great defensive work from Gloucester on their own try line. They've done well to withstand the pummeling from this Harlequin 15 so far in this half. Well, 4 tries in this game in the opening 30 minutes or so. Well, the forecast looked pretty horrendous last night when we looked at our weather apps, and a bit of blue sky between the clouds I can see above us. We've had no rain so far, touch wood. We've got a bit of pause in play whilst one of the Gloucester players gets a bit of treatment down in the left corner. Well, whilst we've got this slight pause in play, let's have another look at the tries then. This the set play for Ben Waghorn's score for Harlequins, their 3rd try. Khaled with a great break and linking up with his centre partner Waghorn, who rolled and bounced over the try line to put Harlequins 19 points ahead. Well, from the restart then, Gloucester have nudged that straight out. And we're going to come back for a Harlequins scrum on the 5-metre line, and we know how dangerous they are from this sort of position. Charlie Clare just having a word with Finn Tors on that left wing. Carr under a lot of pressure. Joe Adams doing a great job to wrap him up. Driscoll with the carry this time. Well, it's been stolen by Gloucester right on their own line. not much room to get the clearance kick away, and Cullen's done a fantastic job, but it's straight with his opposite number, Sean Kerr. Harlequins back with it. Bellamy tries to get the pass into the hands of Bailey, and it's just fumbled slightly. Gloucester have it once more. Lloyd to Cullen, who manages to get a great kick in despite the tight angle, and he's made 60 metres there. What a clearance from Keelan Cullen. Well, it's got slightly cagey, hasn't it, ahead of half-time. A few stoppages, breaking the continuity of the game. I just wonder whether we'll see some changes from the finishers at half-time to try and break things back up a bit. And I think it is Keelan Cullen that is down, just out of picture, getting a bit of treatment. I think the original clearance kick he did from the depths of the in-goal area took a bit of a collision there, and just having a moment to regather himself. And unfortunately for Gloucester, Keelan Cullen has made way for Archie Hossack, who has stepped in to fly half. Quins back with it then. A looping pass from Kerr hitting the deck, and it's with Gloucester now on the right with Ollie Bailey through the hands, and Ashworth tried to steal that. We're going to come back for the original knock-on from Ben Waghorn, and Gloucester will have the put-in at the scrum. Well, it gets like this, doesn't it, sometimes? Really positive, expansive, opening to the game. Well, that has come out way too fast at the scrum, and Tom Ward's having to smash his way through the Gloucester number 8. Cabo this time has been stolen by Harlequins. They've had a few turnovers like that in this game. Well, Dan Jones just having a word with Tom Cabo. I think he's asking for a check. Maybe he had a bit of a knock to his head as he carried in there. Harry Brown just getting a bit of treatment. The Harlequins number 5 had a good game so far. Plenty of carries in close quarters, and of course that electric break from his own 22 to set up the second try for Charlie Clare. Well, we can't be far away from half-time. Brown back to his feet. I think I've just seen that. Referee Dan Jones give the signal that there's about 2 minutes left until the half, and it does look as if that Tom Cabot is coming off and Fred Mark is on the field, number 16 for Gloucester, and he'll pack down on this near side of the scrum. Casey Williams just getting a bit of strapping on that left wrist of his. Harlequins then with the scrum, and Carr picks it up and he's come blind now through Bellamy. Got a great step on him, hasn't he? Really just manages to glide his way out of the tackle, but it is Gloucester who get the penalty. Despite all the good footwork, Josh Bellamy just a little bit isolated. There's a good defensive work from Gloucester. Will Gilderson will ping this one downfield, and Gloucester perhaps with a final effort of the half to try and close the gap. They trail 5 points to 19. It was great work at the breakdown, wasn't it, from Gloucester? Deserved that penalty. Merritt, when it doesn't quite find the mark, it's gone forward, and that is half time. Well, an entertaining opening 25 minutes or so, a bit cagey as we approach the half-time break. The home side, Gloucester, trail 5 points to 19. It was a great start from Harlequins, wasn't it? Plenty more action to come in the second half, but the highlights from this first half then, well, it was a great driving maul off the line out for Harlequins, showing their muscle really inside 10 minutes. Gloucester just couldn't put the stoppers on that, and in the end the Quins machine kept marching on. This though straight from the restart. Harry Brown spotting the gap around the ruck, and it was Charlie Clare with the support, and they really got their tail feathers up with that score. Well, this perhaps the pick of the bunch. Straight from the set piece then, Kerr took a lead, skipping through the tackle, and Waghorn, his centre partner, doing the rest. A great finish, wasn't it? So much work to do. But this was the moment of hope perhaps for Gloucester. Their own forward magic with the driving maul from the line out, powering their way over. The score at half time, Gloucester 5, Harlequins 19. A great opening half, and we'll be back with the second in just a few moments' time. And we're back with the second half here at Kingsholm for this Premiership Rugby Under-18s League fixture. Harlequins leading 19 points to 5 at the break. Controlled first 20 minutes from them. And already looking to try and play the expansive game. Done well to win the ball at the restart. Clare to Care to Bellamy. Bellamy going on his own. Khaled couldn't quite get the offload and he's back with Care at fly half. Harlequins charging forward. Looking to move it out wide into the hands of Zach Carr, who steps inside. Red shirts bringing him down 1 metre short. Carry again. Ashworth this time. Gloucester piling the bodies in. Harlequins inching their way forward. Now they look to release the backs. Care steps and goes on his own. Short once again. This time it's Green. And Johnny Green around the fringes for the opening score of the half. Well, Harlequins at full throttle at the start of this second half. As they look to release the backs, Care opted to go on his own. He made the space. Gloucester couldn't get over, and Johnny Green darting his way through. Bellamy with the extras, of course. Well, what a start for Harlequins. Hossack extends it long, and Bellamy with a bit of a spiral that looked as if he wanted that to go towards the touchline, not down the middle of the field. But it's up. Clare tapping it back, and Clare gets it. Well brought down in the end by Gilderson. Waghorn stepping in at scrum half. Care to Khaled, only sees two shirts outside of him, so takes it up on his own. Ashworth going to ground. Khaled to Bailey on the right wing. Here's the try scorer, Johnny Green. Penalty to Quins. Well, Gloucester on the back foot at the start of this second half. A kick from Bellamy, bouncing off Hossack and finding its way into touch 6 or 7 metres out from the Gloucester try line. Well, what can they conjure up? The first try of this game, inside 10 minutes, was the driving maul off the line out, and it's gone to the back with Harry Brown, and here come Harlequins charging forward. Gloucester have done well to wrap them up. Just a metre short. Clare looked to try and release the backs, but is picked up and shunted backwards by Tom Warts. A great defensive effort from the Gloucester number 8. But Harlequins might have some space. Zach Carr down the right wing. Green punched backwards by Henry Pearson, and Gloucester have been rewarded with the penalty for an excellent defensive effort. Well, finally, at the start of this second half, Gloucester can breathe. It's a line out with George Merritt just inside the Harlequins half. Well, I'm not quite sure that was what they intended, but it was well plucked out of the air by Sam Anson. Well, bit of a break from Freddie Stevens, who has his shorts round his ankles. And Gloucester get the penalty. Well, they've opted for the scrub. Just inside the Quins half. And here comes our first replacement of the second half. Murdoch Locke coming in for Charlie Clare, who's had a very, very good game at number 9. Controlled things really well and got a try to boot. Gloucester with the put-in. Gloucester with the penalty. And here they go with another scrum. Well, clear sign of intent here from Gloucester, trying to use this forward pack to muscle their way downfield at the back, and it's well picked up by Adams. Well stepped. Hossack has done a lovely bit of play here. He might be able to go all the way. 3 Harlequin shirts to bring him down. Adams can't release it to the blind side. It's still with Gloucester. Quins have the numbers back now. Pearson with the carry. Finally goes to ground. Adams to Marr. 3 to stop him, but he's managed to find his way through. And Fred Marr for Gloucester with the 5 points, and Gloucester's second try of the game. Wow. Gloucester on home turf here at Kingsholm with a flurry. Off the scrum, and look at this, a couple of steps inside from Archie Hossack, and another, and at this point a sharp intake of breath because it looked as if he might go all the way. It took 3 Quins shirts to bring him down. They had to recycle the ball a couple of times, but eventually Fred Marr, number 16, crashing his way over. And the conversion successful. Well, this was it. Pearson with the carry. Marr coming in at pace. 3 Quins shirts, couldn't stop him. And that is a great, great try. 12 points to 26. And here comes the rain. Adams to Marr. Khalid was searching for the intercept. But Gloucester with the penalty, and Archie Hossack sends that into touch. Right. Well, that has definitely not gone straight. It's really well picked up from Murdoch Lock. Harlequins inside the Gloucester half. Kerr to Bellamy, and Waghorn can't quite find some space. Khalid to Tors. Is wrapped up by Gilderson. Johnny Green this time for Quins. Inside ball from Waghorn to Smith, just going forward, and it's Gloucester now trying to break free. Reese Ford on for the Cherry and Whites. It's been stolen once again. I think it went forward from Harlequins first, so we're going to come back for a Gloucester ball. Well, Will Gilderson, I think, took a bit of a knock there, so whilst he gets some treatment, let's take a look at the opening 2 tries of this half. Well, this was the break immediately from the restart. Johnny Green, the big second row for Harlequins, crashing his way over. And this was the lovely effort from Gloucester. It was the break from Archie Hossack, carving his way through. Would have been a fine individual score if he'd managed to slide his way over the try line. They had to be patient, didn't they? Harlequins did well to get some men behind the ball in defence, but eventually it was the power and the pace of Fred Marr to crash his way through, carrying 3 Harlequins players over the line with him. Harlequins leading 26 points to 12 then in this second half. We've just had a bit of fine rain coming down here at Kingsholm. Gilderson. Still getting a bit of treatment. A few of the players from both teams are just trying to keep moving, keep warm. Well, it looks as if Will Gilderson is back to his feet. Good to see he's holding up well. Gloucester will have the scrum, and Hossack with Samak and Big Bosch from the Gloucester centre. And here comes the rain. It's a penalty to Harlequins. Well, they can't quite get the ball for the tap and go. Well, for the Harlequins fans who are watching us here, don't forget you can join us on Harlequins Live at 2:30 on Facebook and YouTube with our live commentary, and we have a very special guest in George Robson with us on Harlequins Live today, so join us on that from 2:30 and you might be in with a chance of winning a match-worn shirt from today. So catch you at 2:30 on Harlequins Live, and it is the Harlequins Under-18s here at Kingsholm against Gloucester, trying to extend their lead with the line out, and it's with Brown at the back who manages to catch the slippy bar of soap, and here comes the driving maul charging forward. It's got a full 8 in there, and they have gone over. An emphatic drive from Harlequins. The forward power once again, and there is nothing Gloucester could do about that. Well, the forwards will love watching this in analysis. Charging forward straight from the line out. It was a great take, wasn't it, from Harry Brown, who's had a superb game. The rain just chucking down as we got that line out underway. And Harlequins trying to get moving from inside their own 22. Well, it was a penalty try for Harlequins then. I think they got it over cleanly anyway, but the referee with the automatic 7. So Harlequins leading 33 points to 12 here at Kingsholm. Gloucester though with a chance of their own from the 5-metre line out, but it's been won back with a spillage by Harlequins. The rain really hammering down now. Murdoch Lock with an excellent box. And Gloucester bundled into touch. Great work on the kick chase from Harlequins. We're going to have another slight pause in play here. We've got another man down for Gloucester. Having an unlucky day with injuries. The try scorer for them, Fred Marr, just getting a bit of treatment. Well, this is the score for Harlequins. Straight from the line out, it was a great take by Brown, the driving maul, charging forward, great momentum. They just couldn't be stopped from there. Well, unfortunately for Fred Marr of Gloucester, that is his day over. And Quins with the line out. Another driving maul from them, finally goes to ground through Ashworth. Murdoch Lott marshalling his men, and away goes the box kick. Jones to Bellamy, who couldn't quite collect it first time. Locke breaking from the back, sniping as all good scrum halves do. Claudius Wheeler, the finisher for Harlequins, on now. Well, we're going to come back for the knock-on, and Gloucester will get the put-in at the scrum. Well, the rain has chucked it down, so I think Josh Bellamy won't feel too bad about that one. Well, apologies for any foul language you might have just heard. Both the players and supporters getting pumped up as we come towards the end of this game. Harlequins still lead 33 points to 12 here at Kingsholm. This is the Premiership Rugby Under-18s League. And here comes the break from Tom Warts. Great tackle from Sean Kerr, wrapped him up well. Will Hearn sent backwards for Gloucester. Murdoch sees some space in the back, and it's well dinked over. Collected nicely by Thompson Lee, who's well wrapped up now. Here comes Tom Rimmen for Gloucester. Joe Adams under so much pressure, and it's straight down the throat of Ollie Bailey, and Bailey fancies a go round the outside. Can't quite get there this time. Still going, Harlequins though. Murdoch with the inside ball. Well, that was lovely. Glorious stuff from Harlequins. Well, Murdoch caught everybody napping with that no-look pass, and that is another score for Harlequins. Well, Joe Adams with the kick has to nothing really. Ollie Bailey tried to have a go himself. They kept going, didn't they, Harlequins here? Full power, full pace. And Murdoch with the read. And it was a lovely line and a lovely ball. Bellamy with the successful conversion. And Harlequins make it 40 points to 12. Well, there's been some great tries in this game, and I'm sure a couple more to come. Bellamy, the spiral a bit better this time, but it's collected by Gloucester. Back with Bellamy. And Locke off his left boot. Well, it bounced and bounced vertically. Hossack couldn't stop himself slipping in to touch, and Harlequins get the free kick. And they've opted for the scrum. 15 metres in from this near touchline. Well, the rain has stopped for now. The sky's starting to clear a bit here in Gloucester. Calais to Waghorn on the inside line. Smith for Harlequins. Locke goes on his own. Bouncing ball, and it's going to be a scrum to Harlequins. A knock on by Gloucester. Another replacement. Henry Pearson back on for Gloucester. Well, that scrum is a little bit messy, to say the least. We're going to have another reset here, and we've seen them do it earlier on in the game. Harlequins love it. Set piece play. off the line out or the scrum. Gloucester's defence will have to be strong. Carr. Show and go to Khaled, who now offers his support. Lock, change of direction into the hands of Dory Palmer, but it's gone forwards. And Gloucester will get the scrum just in front of their own posts. Well, Joe Adams with the put-in then in the pressure cooker. 6 metres out from their own try line in front of the posts. Well, it's a great scrum against the head, and Gloucester have got it around the back. Guy Rogers down the wing. Well, our assistant referee gets his flag up immediately. It was a good effort, a good dive, but great defence. Well, it was close, wasn't it? But not that close. Good cover from Gloucester. Merritt with the line out ball. It's bouncing. Gloucester have done well to dive on that. The loose ball, making it difficult to get the clearance kick away. Hossack off his left boot. And Sean Kerr under a bread of pressure here. Finds Bellamy, who's got some space in the middle, and Bellamy may well be away here. Almost fumbles it. Gloucester did well just to get a pair of hands on him and slow him down. It's still with Harlequins. They get the penalty now though. Murdoch Lock takes it quickly. Has no support. There's 4 or 5 red shirts around him. Harlequins still have it though. Golder with the carry that time. It's gone forward. And once again, Gloucester will have the scrum on their own 5 metre line. Dan Folkes Underhill on at scrum half for Gloucester. Well, George Merritt, they've lost the captain there. Needing a reset. Penalty to Harlequins. Lock. Tries to take it quickly. He was about 4 miles away from the referee's mark, so we're going to bring that one back. And Dan Jones, our referee, just having a word with George Merritt. Well, Bellamy kicks that into touch. Looks as if it went back up the pitch. So Harlequins will have the line out. Will Ayton is on at hooker for Harlequins. First chance to see what he can do at the line out. Picked out Harry Brown really well. Penalty to Harlequins, and the sin bin for Henry Pearson. Cynical from Gloucester, and Harlequins go for touch once again. Or Ayton again with the line out ball. It's well taken. Here comes that driving ball. Look at the pace on this one, and of course it's Harlequins again. Johnny Smith with the score. Well, he's moved across the back row to number 8, and he was in prime position at the back of the maul, and you're not going to stop Harlequins from that far out when they have the extra man. Well, Bellamy then with another shot off the tee for the conversion. And he just sets the uprights. Good job off the tee today from Josh Bellamy. Well, this is the replay once again. It was to Brown who got the set in. And underneath all of that, it was Johnny Smith who got the ball over the line. Care to Khaled. Out to Green and down the wing with Rogers. Boshing his way through, does really well to stay in field. Well, he did so well, but in presenting the ball, his foot just went in touch. And Gloucester will get the line out. Well, end-to-end stuff really from Harlequins. Just constantly challenging the Gloucester defence, who now down to 14 men are a little bit stretched. Well, it was a great step. He stayed in perfectly well here, but it wasn't this point. Just as he twisted round there, his left foot. There you can see it on the line. Just waiting for a treatment from the Gloucester physios. .47 points to 12 from Harlequins. Well, they're going to win this game. It's been a great effort from both sides, and I think we're just about ready to get things underway again. Well, it's been stolen. Johnny Green coming away with it. Crashed up by Smith through the middle. Collade having a go. Well, no scrum half because Murdoch Locke's stuck at the bottom. Gloucester putting the pressure on at the breakdown here, and they've done well, finally come away with it. The pass back from Samak has come off the boot. We're now seeing some Harlequins players down for a bit of treatment. Bit of cramp and just a bit of a knock in the contact. Some of those breakdowns are hotly contested on both sides. Gloucester doing well to come away with it though, and they will have the ball at the scrum. Stand folks, Underhill will pop that ball in. And don't forget, for the Harlequins fans with us, you can join us on Harlequins Live on Facebook and YouTube in just under an hour's time from 2:30. Got a special guest, a certain Mr. George Robson, with us today, and you got a very special chance to win a worn match day shirt from today. So join us on Facebook and YouTube from 2:30. Gloucester getting this one away now. Samak, good soft hands. It's gone forward, but we're going to come back for the penalty. Harlequins offside. Folks, Underhill. It's going to be Hossack that sends this one long. Quins and Johnny Green do well to put the cat amongst the pigeons at that line out. Locke with a great box kick, and it almost ended back with Harlequins, and I think they have got it. Well, but for the knock on, of course, it's going to be a scrum to Gloucester. Warts off the base. They're trying to play this one out wide, and it's almost fallen to Ollie Bailey. He's knocked it on. Well, the game just running out of steam, but that is the full-time whistle. And what a result from Harlequins here at Kingsholm. Really beginning to show their class in this round 3 of the Premiership Rugby Under-18s League. They march on. And Gloucester, well, they played some good rugby, some signs of hope, so they shouldn't be too disappointed, but it was all about the effectiveness and power and precision of Harlequins today. Well, let's take a look at the tries from this second half then. This, the opening score, straight from the restart really. A break from Sean Kerr, and it was pick and go from Johnny Green to crash over. Well, this was a lovely response from Gloucester. Archie Hosaki came on just before the end of the first half at fly half, carving his way through. It was a fine break. They did well to recycle the ball. Harlequins putting a lot of pressure on in defence. But it was a hard run from Fred Marr, number 16, crashing his way over. That Gloucester's second try of the game. Well, this turned out to be a penalty try for Harlequins. They got it over anyway, they got the extras for free. Another powerful driving maul from the Quins. Well, this was a lovely bit of work. Murdoch lock to Ludo Khaled on the switch, caught Gloucester napping, and this, the final try of the game. Another textbook driving maul for Harlequins, with Johnny Smith bagging the points. Well, what a great game here in the Under-18 Academy League. Gloucester 12, Harlequins 47. The away team walking away with maximum points today. I hope you enjoyed watching us here, and remember, you can catch us on Harlequins Live from 2:30. Around about 50 minutes time, we've got George Robson as a special guest, so please do join us then. Until next time, good night.